notice an increase in mustaches every November. This trend is part of Movember, an initiative that originated in Australia in 2003. The movement was founded to raise awareness and funds for men's health issues, particularly prostate cancer, mental health, and suicide prevention. Movember encouraged men to grow a mustache in November as a symbolic gesture to spark conversation about these often overlooked health concerns. The campaign has since evolved into a global phenomenon, gaining traction and support worldwide. Participants engage in this annual event not only by growing mustaches, but also through various fundraising activities. The significance of Movember lies in its ability to blend a lighthearted approach with the serious undertone of promoting men's health, thereby breaking down barriers to discussions about sensitive health topics. The success of Movember is evident in its widespread participation and the critical conversations it fosters about men's health issues, demonstrating the powerful impact of a community-driven initiatives in public health advocacy. For this year's Movember, we've interviewed some of your favorite students and faculty.
Hi, Mr. Brady. Why do you grow a mustache in November?
I take part in Movember because I think it's important for other men to see the mustache on my face to remind them that it's okay to go get checked for prostate cancer or testicular cancer.
What do you do to stay active?
So I work out every single day, usually about an hour to an hour and a half. I've been doing it since I was in high school. It's a personal passion of mine.
Hey Mr. Longo, why do you grow a mustache in November?
I grow a mustache to support men's mental health, and it essentially works as a symbol where anybody seeing me can recognize the stash, and then it kind of reinforces that statement.
Why do you think it's important to talk about men's mental health?
I think it's important because a lot of men, I think, have trouble sharing their, being vulnerable and sharing the things that really concern them on the mental side of things and even on the physical health side of things. So if we can, start this movement to encourage more men to speak up about their mental health, physical issues, then we'll have a better, healthier world.
What do you do to stay fit?
To stay fit, play hockey. I'm in a very serious men's league, very serious, and I also work out as much as I can.
Rev, what do you do to stay active?
I try to get outside and walk for 45 minutes or 5 kilometers every day. It's also good for my physical health, but also for my mental health.
Hey Mr. Grant, so why do you grow a mustache in November?
Well, I try to recognize men's health as an important aspect of overall well-being, and I support those who I try to grow a mustache. They're not as successfully as some of our grade 12s who are growing fine mustaches, but I do my best to support men's health concerns and awareness.
Why do you think it's important to address men's mental health?
I think it's an interesting aspect that's sometimes overlooked, men's and everyone's mental health. I think it's for a long time was sort of the elephant in the room where there was a campaign where people weren't talking about mental health concerns. And I think raising awareness is really important because I think it's often hidden. Physical ailments, physical illnesses you can see and sort of manifest themselves, whereas mental health concerns are often hidden and unknown and people hide them, and I think bringing that out in the open is really important.
What do you do to stay active in your day-to-day life?
So I try to work out at least 4 times a week. Ms. Dreisinger has encouraged me, as well as Mr. McKenzie, to follow programs and do some weight training and CrossFit. And I do the best I can as an old man to get involved, and I play also hockey once a week. So that's how I try to stay fit.
Mr. Skemby, why do you grow a mustache in November?
Firstly, to raise awareness for men's health, mental health, health in general. As men, I think we generally don't speak about our feelings and what we're going through as often as we maybe should. So for me, I just grow one to raise awareness and hopefully spark some discussion surrounding it in general.
Mr. Millick, why do you think it's important to talk about men's mental health?
Mental health, it's important to open up. It's important to know that you can be vulnerable in front of other people. It's not just about burying it deep down inside. It's about making sure that you have an open, honest relationship with other people and you can get the help you need.
All right, and what do both of you do to stay active?
I work out regularly, like to do the bicep curls, but no, we're up in the fitness center almost daily and on the ice and active with the middle school.
I think living in Canada too, it's important to have an open mind when it comes to being active. For years I've hated the winter. Finally, a couple of years ago, I took up skiing during the winter to remain active during the colder months. Mr. Millick loves the winter. I'm not as big of a fan, but skiing and doing things like that through the winter months definitely helps. So.
Do you think awareness campaigns like Movember help support men's mental health?
Yeah, I definitely do think so, because men's mental health goes unnoticed sometimes. I definitely feel like there are other areas in life where it's more prevalent and men's mental health doesn't get talked about a lot. So I think it's important to have these campaigns like Movember that promote men's mental health and start these conversations. As we mentioned, it's all about starting these conversations on how to get people more into men's mental health and how to get people to open up to their feelings more, which is why we grow the mustache, to have the conversation starters. So I definitely think it's important to have this so that we can build this baseline in society where men feel more open to express their feelings now, and hopefully that'll lead to a society in the future where everyone feels open to express their feelings and it's not stigmatized to say what you want to say if you're feeling down or something.
What do you do to stay active?
Stay active, I like trying to fit time to go to the gym at least 3 times a week, and go for runs, and yeah.
What do you do to stay fit?
I cycle in my spare time.
To stay fit, I go to the gym.
Hey Blue Dogs, as Movember officially comes to a close, us at Pulse House would all like to remind you to do little things every day to stay active, take care of yourself, and to reach out to others if you need help. We all need to work together to stop the stigma about hiding our mental health issues. Movember originally emerged as a way to create a literal visual sign, sparking conversation for older men to get their prostates checked for cancer. Prostate cancer is the #1 cancer for older men, and there's a 98% success rate if it is detected early enough. Nowadays, Movember has become to encompass so much more, including men's mental health, suicide, prostate, and testicular cancer. Sometimes it's the conversations that are the hardest to talk about that are the ones that are most needed to be said. If you are struggling, please don't be afraid to reach out. The Appleby community is always here to help and support you. Remember, when I is switched with we, illness becomes wellness. So reach out, help each other, and let's help everyone in living a happier, healthier life. Thanks, Appleby.